Harry Hoof, an easy-peasy person from Easy-Peasy Island in the middle of the terrific ocean, by Roger Hargreaves and Gray Joliffe. Harry Hoof was not a happy horse. Do you know why? Of course you don't. So I'll tell you. He lived on Easy-Peasy Island, which he liked, in the middle of the terrific ocean, which he also liked, in the middle of a field which he didn't like, not one little bit. The trouble was, apart from anything else, every time it rained on Easy-Peasy Island, his furniture got wet. I really must find somewhere else to live, he thought, but where? One Monday, he went for a walk to think about where to live. Somewhere that would be better than in the middle of a field. He met Willy Woof, the easy-peasy dog. Howdy, said Harry Hoof to Willy Woof. I'm trying to think of somewhere else to live. Oh, what's wrong with your field, mate? Asked Willy Woof. It's uncomfortable, boy, complained Harry Hoof. And damp. Then he thought. Where do dogs live? He asked. Well, replied Willy Woof, I live in Fiddlestick Cottage, but lots of dogs live in kennels. A kennel? Cried Harry Hoof. What a brilliant idea, boy! And he rushed off in great excitement. Silly old horse. Willy Woof grinned a doggy grin. Silly old Harry Hoof rushed back to his field, and do you know what he did? He built himself a kennel. Could you imagine? A horse kennel? It was amazingly, frightfully, horribly uncomfortable, and not at all sensible, and really extremely silly. Oh dear, sighed Harry Hoof. I think I'd better think again. Off he went on Tuesday, after spending the most uncomfortable Monday night of his life. He came across Richard Wriggle, the easy-peasy worm. Howdy, said Harry Hoof to Richard Wriggle. I'm trying to think of somewhere to live. Richard Wriggle looked at him. Easy peasy, he said. How about an hole like mine? What's it like living in a hole, boy? Asked silly old Harry Hoof. I love it, laughed Richard. Lived in one all of my life. I wouldn't live anywhere else, he added. That's it, cried Harry, and he rushed back to his field. Silly old horse. Richard Wriggle smiled a wormy smile. Squirm, 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 and went back into his hole to make himself a cup of coffee. Back in his field, Harry Hoof dug himself a large hole and settled down for the night in his horse hole. Could you imagine? Silly old horse. It was the most amazingly, frightfully, horribly uncomfortable Tuesday night of his life. So in the morning, he decided to think it out yet again. And the following morning, Wednesday, off he went again to try and think and work out where to live. He walked up and down Easy-Peasy Island. Twice. Kennels ain't for horses, he thought to himself, and holes ain't for horses, he thought to himself again. So, he thought to himself for the third time, what are for horses? He met Bill Buzz, the easy-peasy bee. Hello, Harry, said Bill. What are you doing walking up and down, looking so thoughtful about? I'm thinking, replied Harry. I'm thinking, replied Harry. I can see that, replied Bill. But what about? Where to live, said Harry Hoof, and then he thought. Where do bees live? He asked. Well, replied Bill Buzz, I live in a bumble cottage, but most bees live in beehives. Whoopee! Shouted Harry Hoof, and he rushed back to his field. And you know what he did? I'll tell you. Silly old horse. he built himself a beehive. Or rather, a horse hive. Could you imagine? Oh, he groaned after spending the most amazingly, frightfully, horribly uncomfortable Wednesday night of his life. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Silly, silly, silly old horse. Him and his silly ideas. On Thursday morning, as he sat in his armchair in the middle of his field, Harry Hoof sighed a deep, horsey sigh. I don't like living in a field, he thought, but I like living in a kennel even less than a field, and a hole even less than a kennel, and a hive even less than a hole. And so, that Thursday afternoon, Harry Hoof went for yet another walk up and down Easy Peasy Island to work out yet again where to live. As he walked, he thought, and he thought, and he walked, and up and down and up and round and about and about and round. There must be somewhere better than a field, he thought. There must. And you know something? There was. That very Thursday afternoon, Harry Hoof met someone who gave him an idea. An idea of where to live. And he loves it. But then again, he is silly. Would you like to know where he's living now? Up a tree. In a horse nest. Can you imagine? And how do I know? A little bird told me.